What is going on? Jordan Sherwood with a recap of UFC on ESPN 12, UFC Vegas 4, and then getting you set for Fight Island, which takes place a week from Saturday night. Hope most of you got the opportunity to watch the main event, an outstanding lightweight contest between Dustin Poirier and Dan Hooker. We thought it was going to be a battle, and it certainly was. And I hope that a few MMA fans or maybe some casual fans got a chance to tune in and to watch that fight. A couple of people were texted me afterwards. If this was normal and this was prototypical of a UFC card, obviously we know as hardcore MMA fans it wasn't. Poirier and Hooker are two great talents, and they put on an absolute war that's being considered for fight of the year already, and we're not even halfway through the year as of yet. But it certainly hopefully opened the doors for some other people to tune in to some follow-up events as the UFC puts it on. FatJackSports.com, we were 4-1 with our premium picks for that, including the Dustin Poirier winner. We also had the over at 2.5 rounds. Recommended the free winner on the under at 4.5. I thought there was going to be a finish, and we certainly got close a couple of different times. But nonetheless, go to the judges' scorecards. Judges, I think, got it right. Dustin Poirier gets his hand raised. Proves to be one of the best fighters that we've ever seen. Also a class act. All the nonprofit work that he does, donating, again, his fight kit to some local restaurants and some food banks in the Lafayette, Louisiana area. So you'll love hearing that. He deserves a big-time fight. A little bit of rest, but a big-time fight. Tony Ferguson, Conor McGregor, certainly two that come to mind. If we're recapping FatJackSports.com and our premium picks, we also had Tanner Boser. He absolutely was victorious and steamrolled Felipe Lins in his fight. You could have grabbed that at plus money, so kudos to you if you were able to do that. Yusuf Zalai, the opener on the UFC card, also a winner. We had him at FatJackSports.com. Really missed on Luis Pena. I was back and forth on this fight for a long time against Kama Worthy. Decided to go with Luis Pena during fight week. Thought second time at American Top Team. Just the size and ability he has on the ground, his output on the feet, it was going to be enough for Kama Worthy, who, granted, was spectacular in his debut. I thought he was going to come up a little bit short. He was real, and he was ready. His training in Pittsburgh and just the time that he spent in this sport at 33, now going to be 34 years of age. Kama Worthy is here to stay. He's got good power, obviously good stand-up in the transitions, being able to hook in that submission victory over Luis Pena. So that was our one loss. Really killed it, too, because we had some recommendations on Luis Pena via submission, and Luis Pena in round 2. He was awfully close for that. Outside of that, the big takeaway, Mike Perry. I mean, formula worked. And granted, he was a big-time favorite against Mickey Gall, but he stayed composed. He had a good game plan. He executed it to perfection. He's 1-0 with no coaching staff in his corners. I hope he does find a home. I really think that, a guy as raw talent that he has and athleticism that he has, he certainly can benefit with some great minds. And I know there were a few camps that reached out to Mike Perry following his win and asked him, hey, you could come spend some time with us. But again, Mike Perry and talked about his financial situation after the fights. Maybe he doesn't want to cut the checks to the cornermen and the coaches that you would have to, for the UFC. One interesting note that a lot of people are not bringing up that I saw a little bit on social media about is that, this was a good formula, one-time thing for the UFC and mixed martial arts, but how can athletic commissions approve a corner person as lack of a talent and education and experience as Marina Gonzalez had? So certainly something to take note, because the safety of the fighters is at a premium, and certainly you don't have it when you have someone that doesn't have the experience. It'll be very interesting to see if there's a protocol for it moving forward. We're a week off, so hope everybody enjoys the 4th of July weekend, and then we've got Fight Island. Already got some recommended plays and some thoughts. FatJackSports.com, Wood on 1063 for my fight analysis. DM me anytime you want, and enjoy the fights.